Hey, how's everybody doing? How you doing? What? How am I doing? No. How you doing? Well, just got done watching well, during the day anyway, some of it about Trump entering the halls of justice. Supposedly, the halls of justice. Um, he went through the process. I guess about 8:30, I watched a half hour of his um, how he felt about what had happened today, how he felt about what's going on. It's a shame. It's a shame what's going on with this individual. My own personal opinion, everybody has their own personal opinions. I think he ran the country pretty good. That's just my thinking. Of course, there are other haters out there. I've never known a person so much hated in my life, especially a president. But now, sometime in December, he'll have to go to another hearing. We'll see what that will be forthcoming. So, enough of that. Um, just want to talk about some things that had happened to me in my life. And we were pretty prominent about going to haunted things. Um, one time we went to a cemetery out in an area where my son-in-law's father was in the hospital. He was going through some problems. Hi, Tom. Hi, Mary. And me and my wife were in the cemetery, and we were walking around looking at the tombstones. Got some pretty interesting pictures. They say if you go to the old tombstones, and not in the front but in the back, where it's where there's wear and tear, you would get faces of people. And it did happen. We had gotten them. Maybe in a newer video, my next video, I'll show the pictures. Um, anyway, I went to an area where there was like no growth of grass or anything. The trees seemed to envelope the sun. There was sunshine all around me, but not sunshine presently where I was standing. And I seen on one of the stones that said that woman had served in the Revolutionary War. Uh, as far as I understood was that they actually were in battle. Some were on the field giving out aid to some of the soldiers, water, comfort until they had passed away, whatever the situation may be. Um, all I said was, "Oh, I didn't know women served in the Revolutionary War because it was written on top of this one big stone." And sure enough, the wind picked up after that, and I smelt um, gunpowder. So didn't think nothing of it. When I went to review the video, uh, the video, I says I didn't know women served in the Revolutionary War, and on the replay, I heard, "Mm-hmm." That's all I heard. Mm-hmm. And it did sound like a woman's mm-hmm. So that was pretty creepy in itself. Uh, we went to another cemetery. Uh, Geez, I think this was, I don't know if this was in Canton, Ohio or in Staten Island. Can't recall where it was. But my wife was snapping picture after picture. Psh, 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 psh. Well, guess what? We saw all these different colored orbs and everything. I don't know if I'm losing my mind, but I thought I just seen something come down like this, very faintly. I know there's no spiders out, above me, although we do have them here and there. Uh, well, when I review this video, I'll see if that's what had happened. So anyway, geez, I lost my train of thought. Don't get old. um, this other cemetery too. I'll tell you about another one that I can remember. This is in Jersey City somewhere. We took my one of my daughters, twin daughters, Christy or Carrie, had to do a homework on wear and tear, how things become worn and torn and all that other stuff. This one was because of the weather situation. And back then we had a camera that you snap a picture and it comes out through the front of the camera. When it dries up, you have your picture, lo and behold. Well, we had a picture of a face on one of the tombstones. I'm going to try to find that picture and put that on site here so you can so everybody can see it. I'm getting nervous here, like something's going on. My wife is not home at the moment, so and it's nighttime. um, so we've gone on some crazy tours ourselves. Um, we've gone with my sister-in-law, Mary Ann Prime. She set up a lot of good uh, paranormal trips, if I may say. Thank you, Mary Ann. I'll never forget the one that we went on with my sister-in-law, Mary Ann, and my wife. It was in Pennsylvania. It was a nice day to begin with, but there was a threat of thunderstorms during the afternoon. Well, on the way to the hotel, you're driving, straight forward, and the trees seem to like lean like this and just envelope you into darkness. Well, it got dark due to the fact that we heard thunder and lightning and all that jazz. And it was pouring when we got out of the car. So we parked alongside the wrought iron fence that leads to somewhere, the back of the house, the back of the hotel, whatever. And we were talking, we were right next to the fence. And there was no wind. A lot of lightning and thunder and heavy rain, but no wind. But this wrought iron fence, and I was on the passenger side up front, seeing this movie. Pardon me, we were all seeing it, and the fence just opened up like, come on in. No one was there, so that was bananas. We were going to stay in the Lizzie Borden home. That's where the mother and father got axed. They got murdered. They don't know if she did it. They couldn't prove it. They don't know if uh, the stepdaughter was going to do it. And I remember the tour guide bringing us upstairs. A bunch of people besides me. Back then I smoked. I'll let you know what happened with that. Um, no one was up there. Everybody was downstairs. I heard the door upstairs, two doors slam. Boom, boom. So I asked the tour guide. I ran downstairs when I heard that. I heard the tour. I asked the tour guide, "Is there anybody else upstairs that you know of?" She said no. So I explained what happened, and she said to me that maybe the spirits of Lizzie Borden, the mother, or Lizzie Borden herself, or the sister. Um, so I ran down the stairs, went outside, and I must have smoked numerous cigarettes, one after the other. Uh, and we were going to stay there, but something happened with that. But there's no TV, no that. I'm sure we would have been packing our bags, running out. But that happens. Then the one within Canton, Ohio, I believe it was Canton, Ohio. We went on a tour of a warehouse that was supposedly was haunted. It was a working warehouse at one time with women sewing and whatever, darning, whatever need be. Uh, but the place caught fire, and then that ended. They refurbished it, and then it stayed empty for a while. Then this family took it over, and they said countless things are happening in there. So we went. My sister-in-law both did, and we went. We had when we were on tour, my daughter's couple of their pants were being tugged on. We saw my daughter Kerry's hair get raised up like this. No fingers. You didn't see no fingers. No, it just got raised up slightly like this. And they said that there's a little boy up there, spirit, that likes to do things like that. Um, I myself smelt lilac perfume at one point. We had three tour guides. Two were practicing witches and one practicing warlock. So I went to the window with the one, I don't want to say witch, warlock, uh, witch, but I have to say witch. They're not a warlock. So we both looked out the window and saw a black cat across the street. And this, I didn't say, but this woman did. And she said, black cat, be gone. The cat looked up at us and then walked away. Found that a little odd. So then we were in the basement. We had a Indian smoke tobacco ceremony, I believe it's called. And we were holding hands. I had my video camera under my shoulder. And they were going on and on about some, oh, don't you see the ghost, the Indian ghost in the corner there? Well, I didn't see anything. But I was like, oh, this is a bunch of bunks. Well, that was the wrong thing to say. Because I started getting nervous and rocking back and forth, still holding hands with the other people. And I got I got scared to the core. I did. Something entered me because they didn't like what I had said. I imagine um, it was unbelievable. Then I started to cry like a 2-year old. I tried to break my hands free from all these other people around me. I couldn't do it. So the one practicing witch came in, and she broke me free. But I was crying and crying and crying and crying. Unbelievable. But I got over it. I sat down in a folding chair and I just kept going, crying. It was unbelievable. But that happened. Um, there was countless other trips that we went on, whether it be with my sister-in-law Mary and me, never alone, always with my wife. My wife went. Um, but these things that happen. But we don't dabble too much in the paranormal like we used to. Got enough bad things coming down on us. Um, my friend, he had Bud. Anyway, so a couple of other things that had happened, especially in the home here. When this was a while back, one day we were talking about uh, another gentleman by the name of Brian, and he had gotten sick. Man, God called him. I used to run to the window all the time, and this is the last time I'm going to see him. Uh, but he's now in heaven. But he used to scare me. I'd have my door closed, slightly, not closed all the way, and he would come. I would never see him. He would come somehow past the door and push the door open, and all I would hear is, "Eeeeee." I sat there. Then he would push the door open more and be standing there laughing. You think you're funny, huh, buddy? But it was. It was all in fun. Um, we've never gone to any seances. Uh, that's not for us. Keep feeling like something's being touched on my cabinet over there. This is all my Dale Earnhardt stuff over there. If you can see it. Small. Nothing, outrageous. But this is the man cave. Yeah. Time is it? Oh, 5 after 10. No, that's still early on my standard. Let's see. Where else have we gone? Oh, I think I was talking about the place in Staten Island. Um, might not have been Staten Island. Might have been another cemetery. But anyway, upon review of the the video, we saw a lot of squiggly, different colored lights and, whatever else in colors. Didn't think nothing of it. And accidentally, you got erased off of the phone. And somewhere along the line, I was checked into these things that we had captured. And they said they are actually the spirits of people that had passed away. So can you imagine? We had that, but unfortunately, it was lost. We went on tour with the ghost hunters. We had some things happen with that. That was a long tour, but it was nice. We had when we went in there, we went to an area that was pretty dark, but there was a little bit of light. And the individual that was with me was facing me, and I was facing him, and all I kept seeing was these shadows going by. He said he had seen them. We had things being thrown at us, not in a threatening way, but uh, just enough to bring it to your attention. So when we went there, we were with, like I said, some of the team members from Ghost Hunters. Um, but that was a pretty good trip. That one too. And the place we were observing for hauntings was in New Jersey. Can't recall the name of the place. It's been such a long time since we went to these places. Try to remember. Anyway, will there be any more adventures in paranormal? Nah, we don't know. What do you keep staring at you? You, you. I'd smile too if I made the money. He did. He did. He does. Still do. Just want to leave you with this little thought. Um, what people tell you in words and ideas will change the world, as you have seen tonight on TV. But it remains to be seen what will happen to this gentleman. Um, so I just want to say, peace, everybody.